Ultimate Fight Simulator number 7. If you don't know the drill, I will be simulating upcoming fights in a game of 3 series to determine my prediction for the real fight. And as you can see on the screen, we are doing the third fight on the main card. Donald Cerrone, the number 7 UFC welterweight in the world, without his cowboy hat, as he enters the octagon, looking to get back on the win column and hoping to get another bonus. One of the top bonus earners in the UFC and WEC, as he takes on Robbie Lawler, the former UFC welterweight champion. It's going to be 1 day shy, when he fights, of a year since he last fought, and since he lost his UFC welterweight title to Tyron Woodley, who will be defending that same title in the co-main event against Damian Maia. Ages are similar, although they're older now. Donald Cerrone's taller. Robbie Lawler has the longer reach. And we'll see fireworks. This has bonuses written all over it. Performance of the night, fight of the night, you name it. I know Daniel Cormier and John Jones might steal some bonuses at the end. But Donald and Robbie has bonuses. It's very likely they'll get a bonus. Robbie Lawler now fighting out of Combat Club with Henry Hoof, no longer fighting out of American Top Team. Don't know why, but yeah, it's a new beginning for the Ruthless One, who's obviously working on his striking with Henry Hoof, improving. The number 3 UFC welterweight in the world. As round 1 is on its way, underway. Donald Cerrone looking to get back on the win column as he Donald Cerrone goes for the takedown and takes Robbie Lawler down. I don't know how easily he'll do that against Robbie Lawler, but Donald Cerrone's wrestling is pretty solid. He's coming off that loss to Jorge Masvidal back in January at UFC Fight Night Colorado, as Robbie Lawler rocks Donald Cerrone. Oh! Donald counters with a knee, and he rocks him again. That's very possible, especially after his last fight. He took a bit of time off, Cerrone did, but again, so did Robbie, as Donald takes Robbie down again. Donald seems to be taking Robbie down quite easily in this round. Oh, look at that. Donald Cerrone definitely has the grappling advantage heading into the fight. He's so slick off his back. He's very slick on the ground. Good ground and pound as well. It's not like Robbie Lawler's ground and pound. He just wings it. I remember his fight against Josh Koscheck, where he just destroys Josh Koscheck with ground and pound against the cage. Donald Cerrone's last fight was also his first loss at welterweight. He won 4 in a row. Since making his welterweight debut before he lost to Jorge Masvidal. So I think Donald is pretty comfortable at this weight class. He doesn't have to cut so much weight. As for Robbie, he was actually fighting at middleweight before moving down to welterweight. So I wouldn't be surprised if Robbie Lawler moved back to middleweight. You know, he's not getting any younger, and I'm sure he doesn't like the weight cut very much. I don't know what his walk-around weight is, but he seems like a pretty big guy. 4 seconds on the clock, and Robbie Lawler takes Donald Cerrone down to end the round. Good way to end the round for Donald Cerrone as we are heading into the second round. By Robbie Lawler, as we head into the second round. That was a pretty close round. It was a really close round, but I'd probably give it to Donald Cerrone based on the grappling and the takedowns. Robbie did have him hurt, though, so Again, Donald Cerrone takes Robbie Lawler down. Robbie Lawler's grappling is very underrated as well. He's a very strong guy. Oh, once again, Donald Cerrone takes Robbie Lawler down. It's funny that Robbie Lawler's fought like Johnny Hendricks, Jake Ellenberger, Roy McDonald has good wrestling, Josh Koscheck has good wrestling, but Robbie Lawler is. I don't think Donald will take Robbie Lawler down that easily, so maybe the game is telling something we don't know, so what I do know though is that the real fight is going to be much better than the fight in the game. Oh, that's yeah, Robbie Lawler has he had Donald Cerrone in the mount. One minute left, or almost a minute left as Robbie Lawler brings it back to his feet. I think this game is also telling us that Donald Cerrone's best chances are on the ground, because Robbie Lawler hits like a truck. Oh, Robbie Lawler going for an Americana. Oh, I thought he escaped that. There's no way. Oh my god, that's deep. Oh, he gets it. Taps with his feet. What are the odds of that? How many submissions does Robbie Lawler have in his record? Robbie Lawler has one submission. In his 27 wins, he only has one submission win. What was that submission? Oh, it was an armbar. That's funny. I wonder what his jiu-jitsu level is. Even the referee doesn't believe that. But anyways, Lawler wins the series 1-0. Let's see if Donald Cerrone can come back. But the second fight went to a decision. So I'm going to be showing you the highlights rather than making you guys go through the entire fight. Robbie Lawler with a head kick. Oh, Robbie Lawler about to take Donald Cerrone down. So, looks like Robbie Lawler won the first round. Brittany Palmer bringing you the second round highlights. Boom. Another Robbie Lawler highlight. An uppercut. A kick from Robbie again. No love for Donald Cerrone in this game. Yeah, it looks like Robbie Lawler's going to win this decision. Robbie Lawler drops Donald Cerrone with a head kick. And the third round brought to you by Ariane Celeste. I'm looking through Robbie Lawler's wiki page, and his nickname is... He has two nicknames, Ruthless and Brutal Bob. It's like Robert Whittaker and Bobby Knuckles. Anyways, here's the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score the contest 30-26, 29-27, and 29-27. For the winner by unanimous decision, Ruthless Robbie Lawler.
There it is.
Robbie Lawler earns the victory by
Takes the win and the sweep. Robbie Lawler wins the series 2-0, and my prediction is going to be decision, because there's no way that Robbie Lawler is going to submit Donald Cerrone, who has a legit ground game. And I just don't think Robbie Lawler can pull off a submission, let alone an Americana. So, Robbie Lawler by decision, and that's my prediction. Tune in for Aljamain Sterling versus Renan Barao and Alexander Albu versus Kalen Curran. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys tomorrow, and enjoy the rest of Fight Week. UFC 214 this Saturday at Anaheim at the Honda Center. But for now, tune in to my next video.